I've heard from so many of you with your kind words following this week's honoring of this weekend video project. The Illinois Broadcasters Association on Tuesday chose Tom's Take as the small market winner for the best radio station use of non-traditional media in the state. It's nice, but it's not an individual honor. There are others who are big parts of this weekly thing, starting with John Spencer, the man who owns the radio station. I've known John since 1993 when he joined the station back then. When I needed a job in 2018, he was there. He was also the one who approved the 10-minute radio-only feature For the Record that I used to do. He suggested Tom's Turn as a name. I went with another. When I hit a wall in 2022, he was patient with me as I stepped away from it. And after a lengthy period, we brought it back at Spencer's suggestion as a combined video and audio weekly feature. I was hesitant. I think John realized this. It sounded like a lot since I couldn't make videos. Some would say I still can't make videos. I'd agree. I have a lot to learn, but if some say these videos are rough around the edges, yeah, I'd say they're authentic. Thank you to John Spencer. It was a few years ago when J.C. Hirt was filling in on the morning show when he introduced me to CapCut, the video editor app. He taught me how to get going with it, and as we all know, the intimidation sometimes comes from unfamiliarity with the technology. That was years ago, and CapCut is now a standard product for social media users. So I feel like JC had me out there early, which when you have gray hair is kind of a nice change. So thank you, JC. Thank you to all of you who've shared with me your stories and your events and your causes. This video has devoted more time to nonprofit causes and fundraisers and events and things that I think strengthen our community. What I didn't have when I started For the Record was a platform to give my opinion on things. So the weekly radio feature scratched that itch back then. Well, now that I have more room to make my points every weekday morning, I've been doing other things that fall under current issues, like food security. That's something I expect to talk more about as we get into the winter and the holidays. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to let up on harder news issues I think need covering. Thank you to my teammates at Starved Rock Media for their patience as I've put in some weird hours getting these weekly things done. Our team is small but very efficient. We can all do several things, which we do, and we're very good to each other, and we respect each other. And a very special thank you to my longtime sponsor, Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial in LaSalle. Kathleen was there when it was For the Record, and she was an enthusiastic sponsor when Tom's Take came along. I thank you every week, Kathleen. I've appreciated your trust and your support, especially in those occasions when I've been kind of shot out of a cannon and taken up some contentious issues. You stuck by this. And on that topic, I'm going to show you now the 3-minute reel that we submitted for the Silver Dome Award. It's tough to cram a year's worth of stories into a 3-minute package that somehow represents 52 weeks of work, especially when it's like fluid from week to week. But here it is. I felt these clips were a good representation of the videos from 2023. So here you go.
What do you think you may be doing when you turn 104, if you should live so long? What do you think you'd be doing on a Sunday, October 1st, on a nice day like this outside of Ottawa? My guess is you probably wouldn't say skydiving to set a world record. But that's what Dorothy Hoffner is going to try to do today. This is Sunday, October 1st. I'm outside of Ottawa, just north of Ottawa at Skydive Chicago. And Dorothy Hoffner of Chicago is going to try to set a world record today.
Principally, I'm lazy, which is not good. But but the jumping is wonderful. Have you done it?
I have not, because I'm a little scared to do it.
What's the question? You don't do it. You've got someone behind you, you've got someone on your shoulders and on your hips.
This is the former Maytag building at the busy intersection of 1st and Joliet Streets in downtown LaSalle. CL Enterprises committed last January to having this building done in 16 months. We're 7 months in, and can you see any progress? I can't. This is how it looked then. But then, I pass by it every day, so maybe I'm just missing something. This building's supposed to have a Tangled Roots type business at the street level and apartments upstairs. That's the same thing they said almost 4 years ago. It's also the plan 3 years ago. And this? Well, this is the other eyesore in downtown LaSalle, the famous Hotel Kaskaskia. If they're thinking that they can hide from the problems they themselves have created, then maybe I'm giving CL Enterprises too much credit. Maybe they're just clueless. And it is Pride Month, and Starved Rock Media is all in on Pride celebrations. Love is love. I believe that. And I went to the Pistol Shrimp ball game on Pride night, Thursday night. And I was one of very few people there. There was no one to sing the national anthem. There were comparatively few people in the seats that night compared to how it's been. It did bother me. I've largely always loved Princeton because of its history. It has always been on the right side of history. So it was puzzling to many, many people why the monument in Soldiers and Sailors Park did not include the 45 black members of the Civil War regiments who fought in the Civil War who were from here, Bureau County. And so it was today that justice was finally done, and they have been recognized.
One last thank you to you. Thank you for your ideas, your thoughts, your pushback, your issues, and your kindness. Thank you. Please keep it all coming. Call me at the station at 815-223-3100 with your tips, your pitches, your complaints. It all helps. I'll talk to you in the morning.